So I am back and I was inspired to do a spring themed tutorial. I really wanted to get some pinks involved and it ended up being a pastel-y pink look and I really love it, and I got to use some of my new products that I picked up and put them to the test to see how I like them. And if you want to see this tutorial, then stay tuned and I will talk to you soon. Alright, so here's an up-close view of the look that we are going for. So let's get right into it. So as usual, I already filled in my eyebrows and now I'm going in with my eyeshadow base, and for this I'm using my Lane Low Pro Longwear Paint Pot from MAC, and I'm just going to buff that in all over my lid with my Deluxe Crease Brush from Real Techniques, just making sure we have a nice even layer. Then I'm grabbing a matte skin tone transition shade for my crease area. This is M650 Cookie from Makeup Forever, and I'm just going to buff that in my crease and brow bone area using my IT Cosmetics All Over Shadow Brush. This is the number 216, and just use windshield wiper motions to deposit that color and get a nice wash of color up to the brow. Then I'm grabbing a very light pink shade. This is Silly Eyeshadow from MAC. It's a pale pink, and I'm just going to buff that again in my crease area using the same brush that we used before. And this is just going to give us a pinky look to the crease area so it blends in with the pinks that we're going to have on the lid. Now I'm going in with my inner tear duct color. This is I-872 Pearly Pink from Makeup Forever, and I'm just grabbing that on a bullet brush. This is the 223 Petite Eye Blender brush from Zoeva, and I'm just popping that on my inner tear duct area using press-in motions and just feathering out the edges so it blends out into the crease color. Then I'm grabbing a blue-based neon pink shade from Makeup Forever. This is the ME910 shade. It's Electric Magenta, and I'm using the same brush and popping that on the inner lid area right next to the inner tear duct color, and also on my outer lid area, not going too far out on the outer crease. And I'm just using feathering motions just to pull that color inwards, but we're leaving the center of the lid completely bare. Then I'm grabbing a brighter pink, but this one has a satin finish. It's the S852 eyeshadow from Makeup Forever. It's called Neon Pink, and I'm popping that on the very outer lid area and outer V. And I'm using buffing motions with my Sonia Kashuk large crease brush, and I'm just using circular motions to go around the crease and blend it upwards onto the brow bone color. You can go ahead and remove any excess that went too far on your lower lash line area. And I cleaned off the brush on a washcloth, and now I'm going around the color in the crease. So I'm going back and forth in a circular motion to blend the pink out in the crease area. So we're joining the two pinks from the inner lid area to the outer lid, and we're just fading it upwards into that crease color that we placed down before. Just using back and forth motions just to really feather it out. Then for a highlight on the center of the lid, we're going in with a lighter pink. This is I-864 Baby Pink from Makeup Forever. Same bullet brush, and we're just going to pop that on the center of the lid and blend it in with the inner and outer lid color. And then for a pop of color on that center of the lid, we're going in with Rock Candy Pressed Pigment from MAC. Same brush again, and just popping that right on the center of the lid. And that's just going to give us a nice glittery effect on the middle of the lid. For a highlight under our brows, we're using Clear Radiance All Over Face color from Bare Essentials, and just popping that under my brow using my 252 large shader brush from MAC, and blend that down into the crease colors as well. For the lower lash line, I'm going in with my Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayon, and this is in the shade Blew Me Away, and it's just a pastel shimmery blue color. I'm applying that to my lower lash line, the entire lower lash line, all the way to the inner tear duct. Then on a MAC 212 brush, I'm grabbing Light Turquoise. This is I-210 from Makeup Forever, and applying that right over that eyeliner just to blend it out so that it doesn't leave a harsh line. And you can go in with a fluffier brush. This is a 252 just to blend out the edges, so again, you don't have a harsh line on the lower lash line. For my lower waterline, I'm using my 24/7 Glide On pencil from Urban Decay in the shade Perversion, This is just a matte rich black. You can use any color you want here. You can use a light blue or a white, but because my eyes are large, I'm going in with a black. Then go ahead and apply mascara. For this, I'm using Maybelline The Rocket Volume Express mascara, and I actually like it. It does do a very good job at making your lashes nice and blacks. And make sure you get those lower lashes as well. And if you did smudge your lower lash line with the mascara, just go over it with the eyeshadow again. You can always do this. Just go back and pack that eyeshadow on so it does show up under the lashes. For my lashes, I'm going to go in with my Velour Lashes in the style Naughty Me, which is a great style for me. They add a lot of fullness, but not too much length because they kind of match up with my natural length. So I get nice volume, but not the overwhelming fake look of extra length. So here go the eyes, completely done. Now let's move on to the rest of the face. Alright guys, so now let's move on to the rest of the face. And for my foundation, I am using my Dior Skin Nude Air Nude Healthy Glow Ultra Fluid Serum Foundation with sunscreen. Boom! This is the shade 050, which is dark beige. And what do you think? My husband actually likes this foundation, and he has become my kind of gauge for whether or not the foundation looks good, because he will see me in a foundation and be like, no, I don't like that. Did you use a new foundation? Don't use it again. So he says this one looks pretty good, so I'm going to go with him, and I do think it looks pretty nice on my skin. I'll do a review if you guys want me to. And I set the foundation with my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, what is this? It's just the 16-hour powder. Golden Beige number 600. And we're just going to go right into lips. And for this, I'm using my Clinique Pop Lip Color Plus Primer number 9 Sweet Pop. This is just a nice light pink on my skin. It's a beautiful subtle pink. It's great for the spring. It's such a beautiful color. And it is a primer plus lip color in one. And I do like how it feels. It feels very moisturized and very nice on the lips. So, and I think it's such a pretty color. Then I'm gonna outline my lips, excuse me, with my Makeup Forever Aqua Lip, and this is the shade 15C, which is just a matching pink. It's kind of a deeper rose pink, and I'm outlining the edges of my lips with this. You can definitely do this before the lip color, but for some reason I always end up doing it after. I don't know why, I just do it that way. It might be better if you use it before, but I just outlined the edges of my lips with that. And then I'm going in with my Volupte Tint in Oil number 8. This is from YSL. It's the pinky shade. And I'm just making sure I pop that just on the center of the lips. You don't want to get this too far on the outer rim of your lips because it can kind of bleed and cause a lot of oiliness at the edges of your lips. So keep it on the center to give that glossy full look. Love these oils. Again, this is the number 8 pinky one. Keep it on the center. Keep it on the center. Now let's finish up the rest of the face. For the cheeks, I'm going in with the eyeshadow that we use. This is Electric Magenta. This is the ME910 shade. I'm just going to pop this on the tops of the balls of my cheeks using my Sedona Lace number 480 brush. This is just a round top kabuki brush. I'm just going to pop that on the tops of my cheeks. It's going to give a very subtle color. These colors again are meant for the pink shades were meant for your cheeks. So I'm popping that on as a blush just to tie everything together, and it looks really pretty. I really like that color. Then for a bronzy glow, I decided to go in with my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in the shade Radiant Bronze Light. And these companies need to stop with these long names. I am not here for it. But this is a shimmery bronzy shade, so it's not a contour. I just want to give myself some warmth to my skin because it is getting warmer and we want to, you know, have that glow. So I'm grabbing my 126 Luxe Cheek Finish brush from Zoeva, popping that in my temple area and at the tops of my forehead, hitting the points where I would naturally tan and, you know, darken up in the summertime. And I'm also going to bring that down in my cheek area where I would contour, but I'm not using it as a contour. I'm using it just to warm up my skin in a C shape kind of by my temple and my jawline. Not my jawline, my cheekbone. So contour that place right there, the cheekbone, and then I'm just gonna pop some across the bridge of my nose, kind of warming up where the sun would naturally hit. And then for the actual contour, I'm grabbing my Becca Low Light Highlight Perfecting Palette Pressed. This is the pressed version. They do have a cream version. I don't like the cream version. It's a little bit too emollient and oily for me, so I grabbed the pressed version. And I'm gonna grab the low light color on my Sedona Lace 602. This is just an angled kabuki. Just apply it to the hollows of my cheeks just to give a little bit of dimension. And it's actually a very nice contour shade. It's a more olive tone shade, so it does give that shadowy effect if you're going for a true contour. And I like it. It does show up nicely on my skin. So I'm just blending that out in the hollows of my cheeks. Then I'm gonna do the most, and I'm gonna grab some of the highlight shade, which is really shimmery. I'm grabbing very little on the same Zoeva brush and just popping it really lightly on the tops of my cheeks. I don't want to be seen from the heavens. I don't want you to stand out there and see me glowing like a vampire. No, we're not here for it, Jesus. No, I will not. So I'm just gonna blend it in. I'm really gonna blend it in because with oily skin, I stay away from shimmery over shiny highlights because all of that with the oils in my skin, no, it's just gonna be too much. So really blend that in, but I think this highlight is really pretty, especially when it blends in with the blush color. It gives a pinky glow. Really pretty highlight. I wonder if they're gonna sell that separately or if it's one of their existing shades. I don't know which one it would be, maybe Opal or Moonstone, but it's a really pretty highlight. So yeah, the face is done and this is the final look. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I really loved it. I really loved how it turned out. I didn't know what I was going for when I started this look, but I really like the end result. So hopefully you guys enjoyed as well. As usual, I'll leave a full list of products used below with links to my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook page where you can follow me along. And definitely hit subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. And favorite, share with your friends, you know, spread the word about the fancy face. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye!